What makes your business sellable or financeable? 3 key principles. I'm Arthur Petropoulos, managing partner here at Hillview Partners. We help companies, executives, owners generating $1 million to $10 million in pre-tax profit, exit or secure capital for their businesses. We've done over $1 billion of transactions, over 150 transactions, nationally, internationally. And in today's video, we wanted to highlight 3 key principles as to what makes a business optimally sellable or financeable. So digging right in, principle number 1 is a company being definable. And what we mean by that is twofold. 1, what does the company do? Company provides X service, product, or offering for Y industry or end market base to solve Z pain. That is a definable thesis for the business. And then secondly, looking at the processes within the company. And so we kind of define the processes of a company down to getting sales, bringing on new customers, and bringing them through the process, to step number 2, execution of providing the service, making the product, whatever it is that you are selling, delivering on that. And then 3, the operations of the business. Is there a machine built around this to hire people, to make payroll, to pay taxes, do the accounting, procurement if you're buying things, whatever other things need to take place in order for these sales and the execution to happen. And so when we say is a business definable, A is the thesis or the overarching thing or motif of the business that they do definable, and then B are the processes, primarily sales, execution, and operations within the business, definable as well. If you can clearly define both of these things, probability of both an exit or capital goes up. Principle number 2, is it repeatable? So it's wonderful if all of the processes of the business can come together for a day, for a week, for a month, but is it repeatable over a much longer duration? Is it repeatable over years? And how can that be substantiated or supported? And this starts to get into the mapping of the reoccurring nature of the different components of the business. And so again, if we say, okay, we have defined what the processes are, then let's talk about the cadence of them. And prospect comes into the funnel, has one meeting, provides certain information, has a follow-up meeting, provides further information, a proposal is given, and there's different steps along the way. Well, that is a definable process, but what is the cadence of it in the sense of, are we making X amount of outbound calls, there's X amount of YouTube commercials, there's X amount of postcards sent out, whatever the mechanism is of casting the net to the prospective audience, that's what creates more of a repeatable process. Same thing with execution. When someone comes in from the sales side of business and wants to become a customer, here's what we do, here's how we bring them on board, here's how we provide the services, here's how we make sure they remain happy, and that becomes a process in itself. And so is the process definable? Yes, but is it structured in such a way that it is repeatable over a very long period of time? And because it's repeatable, it instills a level of confidence that there's a momentum or inertia to the business that will continue on, either under a different capitalization or under a different ownership, whether you're seeking an exit or capital. But again, let's define the processes. Now, are they repeatable? Can they keep happening? Is it in a systematic, programmatic way where every month we shake the trees, throw the net, whatever analogy you want to use, but that this cycle happens over and over and over again, that it doesn't take any rocket science in order to make all of the processes within the business repeat. And therefore, if you said to someone, hey, our company does this thing, here's how it does it, now you've defined it, and here's how we make sure it happens all the time and we can rely on it to continue happening. Well, that provides ample amount of confidence. And so getting into the 3rd principle now is we say, well, what happens if that cage gets rattled? What happens if something crazy happens? You can drive the car down the street, but what if there's a cow on the road? And that gets into the 3rd principle of durability. Another phrasing of that more recently has been anti-fragility. But if you can define the processes of the business, if you can prove that they are repeatable, then you can say, well, just how bad of circumstances or just how choppy of waters can it still remain on track providing the same thing? If all you sold was sparkly lights that go on Lamborghini doors and you only sold them in Dubai during the high times of a market, is there a durability there? And that goes for, obviously that's a product-oriented durability question in the sense of, is this an only kind of a high market type of product, service, or offering? And obviously that's a bit of a funny one. But similarly, you'd say, are the processes durable in the sense that if you have a business that is more involved with complicated activities, if it's high-end chemical manufacturing, if it is rocket science, if it's neurosurgery, if it's complicated software, have you created structures or processes within your business that will allow non-geniuses to be able to work on the things? And so then there's a durability in terms of a personnel perspective, that the processes have been broken down to a conveyor belt of sorts such that not everyone in the company needs to be in Mensa. And that's important as well. And so you say, hey, there's durability around product, product. There's durability around personnel. Then you can say macroeconomic durability too. Now, trust me, if you're a company that washes windows for warehouses and office buildings and hotels and houses, there's a lot of durability in just the macroeconomic considerations in that it would take an awful lot for someone to say, you know what, I'd really just like to stare at dirty windows all day. However, going back to our Lamborghini example, if it's a very kind of niche, high-end, non-necessity, speculative, conspicuous type of item, well, then it may have a macroeconomic fragility of sorts. And so, in any event, that's the third key principle of a business, is defining it as durable. Something that no matter what kind of choppy waters of the world we go into, no matter what tastes may change, no matter what perceptions may change, how can it be substantiated that the business would remain durable and strong, agnostic of those types of changes? So to recap today, 3 principles that make your business sellable, make your business financeable. From our years of experience and many, many deals that we've worked on: 1, making a business that's definable; 2, making a business and processes therein that are repeatable; and 3, creating an overall business structure, whether it's the product, the service, the offering, the people, the processes that are durable, that are not fragile. So that's a thought for today. Hope the week's getting off to a good start for everyone. Keep pushing forward. God bless. See you next time.